I feel like life is always a roller coaster. The difference is that I just decided to start driving my own cart. So I have a beautiful little 3-year-old named Sophia, and she is just like her mommy and I, and is an adventure seeker. And so she loves to ride roller coasters, loves to do anything that's adventurous. And we were at Busch Gardens about to ride a roller coaster, one that she had been waiting to get tall enough to get on the ride. And we get on, we sit down, and the harness won't close over me. And the little girl that's working, you know, she's probably in high school, really pushing hard, trying to get it to close, quietly asked me to please step off. And I get off the ride, and my daughter's saying, "Daddy, where are you going?" And I'm like, someone's got to take videos of you, you know, finally doing this. And as I'm holding my camera, tears are just streaming down because of what I did to my body, where I allowed my body to get is now prohibiting me from being able to experience something from my daughter. No one knows the secret thoughts I had when I was sitting by myself. No one knows the hate that I felt when I looked in the mirror and the shame that I felt. I was always that happy, jovial, you know, happy-go-lucky guy that walked in the room and smiled, but inside, I was dying inside, if I'm honest. You know, I had tried everything and I thought that that was it, that, you know, I was just someone who was destined to be fat the rest of my life, and I just had to deal with that. And I honestly did not think that there was something that could rectify or remedy that in my life at all. At that moment, I said no more. There's just no way that my life is not going to be able to reach the potential that it has because of my own shortcomings. So my buddy Francisco, basically, I'd been watching him sling ketones on Facebook for over a year, and he reached out to me and said, "Hey, I'm moving to St. Pete, give me some suggestions." My wife for 6 months was like, reach out to Francisco, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Say, "Hey, I'm fat?" I didn't know how to reach out to him. So when he texted me on what neighborhood he should move to, I was like, "Here's where you should live, ... By the way, I'm the fattest I've ever been. I have brain fog. I have no energy. Help." And he said, "Meet me tomorrow." So I'm halfway through my first Max Maui Punch. I have no idea what this stuff is. I don't even know anything about ketones or ketosis or anything like that. And all of a sudden, I'm asking him questions, and I feel like I'm, you know, I kept thinking like, is this, so literally I said, "Should I be feeling something right now?" And he's like, "Yeah, people feel it right away." And I was like, okay, well, this is awesome. I leave, 20 minutes later, he texts me, he's like, "How are you feeling?" And I'm like, I feel like freaking Superman. I was ready to conquer the world. I had always wished that actually was what this product is. You know, I said, if I could just have something that could help me, I know that I have the strength, I just need something to get me over that bridge. And that's what that product was. I mean, people were saying, "What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?" And it would literally have been selfish not to share. And so that's why I decided to go all in. The drink changed my body, but it was the community and the business that changed my life. Changing my health was such a huge, important thing that needed to happen, because now as my wealth grows, I'll get to enjoy it even more. Hitting a moment in your life that feels so horrible, and then going back to that same moment, going back to that same exact space, and riding on the roller coaster. I don't know what the inches were, you know, to make the harness fit. So I honestly was not sure if the harness was going to close over me still, but I felt like I had to give it a shot. I was here. I had to get on and see if it closed. In that moment when I heard that click, wait a minute, they're gonna let me ride, I'm gonna do this, and my daughter looks over at me and her feet are just kicking, you know, and my heart's just kicking, because I'm like, I'm gonna ride this ride. This is the ride that changed my life, and now it's gonna change my life even more. What I thought was absolutely my brake, what I thought was the pedal that was gonna stop me from ever moving forward, ended up being my gas pedal and propelled me to the life that I'm at now. The feeling that I felt in that moment, the feeling of being able to experience true joy with my daughter and sit next to her and do something that last time I couldn't, for me, that was everything. My name is Alexander Gonzalez, and I prove it every single day.